Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, yeah, I can hear myself. Hang on. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to my live. It's been a minute. The last time I was live on my channel was the Bethune-Cookman versus Jackson State. But I decided to go on a bye week myself. Let me have a bye week. So I went on a bye week. Thank you, Sweetly. Of course, this is compliments of I Weave Hair, which we're going to talk a little bit about some specials that they have going on a little bit later in the show. So I want to thank my sponsor, Mr. Steve Campbell, and I Weave Do You. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the show. Thank you. So about the bye week. So the bye week, interesting. You know, I took some time off on my channel, so I wasn't doing any slides. I was just on Twitter, being messy, with some other fellow Jackson State alums, just playing around this past week. And, you know, I think it's interesting when you do something on Twitter and it gets blown out of proportion. And I did not expect for some of the things that I was doing on Twitter to blow up the way they were, but I can explain. What happened. What had happened was I can explain. Let me explain what happened. Okay. And then I think you'll have a better understanding, you know, about everything that has transpired lately. It was really blown out of proportion. But nevertheless, it's been a fun week, you know, despite the fact that Jackson State was on a bye week. That did not keep HBCU Twitter, just HBCUs in general. There was a lot of stuff going on. And the same for this week. It's week 6. There's a lot of big games this week. So let's get into it. I'm going to go through my little spiel. Hopefully it'll only take less than 15, 20 minutes. And then I'm going to open up the line so that people can share. They can share what they feel. You know, thank you, Whitley. I need to go ahead and play this disclaimer before we even get good and started.
It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's
That's compliments of Coach Green regarding anything that is said on this channel. Let me put out this disclaimer. It does not represent any HBCU expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm just a private citizen and I'm sharing my thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into the swing of things. Okay. So we're just giving out opinions. I have my top 5 that we're going to go through today because going through 10 would have just been too much. So about those picks, let me explain what had happened was, you know, for everything that you do, there's always going to be an answer for it, right? So this is what I predicted. Everybody saw it and everybody was in an uproar. Valley is going to beat FAMU. Campbell is going to beat North Carolina Central. Alcorn is going to lose to Alabama State. Southern is going to lose to UAPB. And Norfolk State is going to beat North Carolina A&T. Okay. Now, out of these 5 picks, I would say that most of them are what we call underdogs. And in the world of sports betting, when you take a team money line and they're an underdog, you get paid big, okay? Now, some of it was just me being funny because that's what me and Dre do on Twitter. We're always forever being funny. That's just how we rock, okay? So this is Dre. He's asking me on, he asked me on Friday, he said, what games are we tuning in this week? What we gonna watch? What we gonna watch this weekend? You know, we on a bye week. You ain't got no job. What we doing? So that's when I posted it in jest. Some of it I was kind of really serious about. So one of those is this. So for Valley beating FAMU, this has been a running thing that has been going on between me and a couple of those rattlers over there on the highest 7 hills. I've said for a very long time that Valley has a chance to beat FAMU because it's in Itabena, Mississippi. I don't know who all watched it, but FAMU was fighting for their life the first 3 quarters. We can talk about the ending and the scores, but FAMU was definitely fighting for their life, which is why the coach had to check everybody come Monday morning regarding QB1. Campbell beating North Carolina Central. So a lot of people thought that I was being petty because North Carolina Central beat Jackson State in the Celebration Bowl. No, that's not it at all. Very upset about this pick that I said. And I just want to, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what my premise was for choosing Campbell over North Carolina Central. So the reason why I chose Campbell to beat North Carolina Central, let's not act like Campbell didn't beat the dogness out of them last year. But I still was not picking Campbell because I want to be against North Carolina Central because I'm just so upset about us losing the Celebration Bowl. Contrary to many people's beliefs, Jackson State is actually, most fans are not actually mad or feeling bad about that loss in the Celebration Bowl, because we know that the reason why for that was because we lost the majority of our defense and that he was sitting some of our key players. We don't really have any types of qualms about North Carolina Central winning the Celebration Bowl. As much as people want to say that we do, I promise you we don't. Like, the minute that Coach Prime announced that he was no longer going to be at Jackson State, and then folks started going into the portal, we already knew, like, okay. Before 3 weeks prior, before the Celebration Bowl even took place, I promise you, a lot of us had already marked the Celebration Bowl as a loss. I literally had my hotel, my tickets, my car ready to go. My son, I had him to where he could go to, he's going with his dad for the weekend, and I did not go to the Celebration Bowl. And the reason why is because I was devastated that we lost all of our defense and just all the mess that was going on. I was just like, I'm staying at home, because I like to, when I'm in the company of my home and I'm watching, I might say some little choice words. And I went to the Celebration Bowl versus South Carolina State. And so I was just like, I'm not even going to go. So let me go ahead and share this. So the reason why I was rooting for Campbell is because other HBCUs broke code and ranked last year and were rooting for Campbell to beat Jackson State. They were rooting for Jackson State to lose to Campbell. So my jest was, are we going to root for Campbell to win against all the other HBCUs like they did us last year, or are we back to sticking together? Are we back to being HBCUs versus everybody? And then when it comes to HBCUs, when we get into the swing of things, it's conference versus conference. Then when you get inside the conference, state versus state. And then when you get inside state, is whoever you want to beef with at the time. So there's a code that you're supposed to go by, right? Everybody broke that code last year. So my premise for still being funny and saying I'm gonna go for Campbell, my premise is because everybody was going against Jackson State last year. Okay, so it had nothing to do with no like ill will towards North Carolina Central. I'm not mad. That's what it is. And when Campbell plays North Carolina A&T, I will be rooting against North Carolina A&T. That is because I have a bet with Dave that North Carolina A&T won't win more than 2 games the whole season. And if I win, I get $100. If he wins, I have to donate $100 to his to North Carolina A&T. And if I win, he donates to Jackson State. So I'm rooting for North Carolina A&T to lose every one of their games. That's no diss to North Carolina A&T or their coach or their student athletes. It is what it is. Next. Oh my gosh, it was a big debacle about me saying that some of these games don't, or no, let me say this correctly. SheLovesThee picks games that help Jackson State. So I don't know how Alabama State winning against Alcorn helps Jackson State. I don't know how UAPB winning against Southern, how that helps Jackson State. I don't know how. Now, apparently, I got it all mixed up. Emmett Jones, it's more than 2. So he hasn't won yet. He has to win 2 games or 3 games. He has to win 3. 2 or 3. Anyway, I'm still good because they only won 1 game. So Valley beating FAMU, I stood by what I said. I stood by it. And I'm standing on it now. Y'all not about to make me back down. So y'all just gonna act like these weren't close games. That's what y'all gonna do. So y'all gonna act like this didn't come down to the wire. Thank you. Go over there. Y'all gonna act like that they weren't close games. Is that what we doing today? Is that what we are gonna do on? Y'all are over here capping, boy. Too much cap on this Twitter app for me. Way too much. Like it wasn't coming down to the wire.
CAP. That's not flex for the gram. Uh-oh. CAP.
And a lot of these games, if I would have took the spread, I would have won. I like taking money line. I feel like you're going to beat him outright. That pays more money. So stop it. Y'all on Facebook and on Twitter, and you got your fingers going a million miles a minute. Like y'all wasn't scared that you're going to lose. Alcorn State by a feather. North Carolina A&T by the skin of their teeth. North Carolina Central. Y'all gonna stop playing like these games weren't by the skin of the teeth. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. All right. Let me do a poll real quick. Well, I think I already did one. Let me see. Y'all was doing too much. It was not that serious. I think the funniest thing for me is I feel like you guys had a little bit too much dip on your chip for some of the things. It's like, oh, we're going to prove her wrong. We're going to prove her wrong. Y'all not proving me wrong. Y'all not proving me wrong. I mean, you're not proving me wrong. Any given Saturday. I'm not winking no eyes. I'm gonna keep it just like how it is. We not doing no type of winks. If anytime you see me and Dre on Twitter and we're going back and forth, 9 times out of 10 we're joking. Anytime you see me and some of these rattlesnakes going back and forth, 9 times out of 10 it's banter. It's back and forth. Now, when I get on my show and I tell you I'm getting ready to drop receipts or I'm going to bring out some stats, that means I mean business. Okay, so here's my top 5 for this week. And let me go ahead and preface it. I'm going to go ahead and preface it right now because I don't want nobody to have a misunderstanding or get it all messed up.
That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion. It's just opinion.
Okay, so I have coming in at number 5. I have Grambling. They're first overall in the SWAC West. Offensively, they've shown major improvement. Miles Crawley, the fact that Coach Hugh went and got him out of the transfer portal, that was probably a win for Coach Hugh. Even if they don't win the SWAC West, it put he was underneath the hot seat. Grambling doesn't play with regard to winning. The fact that he was able to turn it around offensively, it's a good look for Coach Hugh. Now, the defense, on the other hand, they need to step it up. You got Defensive Player of the Year, first team defense, and the defense has been giving up a lot of points. I mean, let's look at Grambling's history so far this year. I know that they had a big game against Hampton, and they lost by 1 point. Florida Memorial, the fact that they even let them score on them, that's the same team that Southern put like 70 up against. So Grambling, it was 4 points. So it looks like they beat them 31-35. So they were putting up the points. Miles Crawley and the offense, they were doing what they had to do. Defense kind of lacking. Grambling State versus LSU, 72-10. We are not going to talk about any scores in the 70s. We're going to leave that in the past. Whenever it's Jackson State, it's a big uproar. But Grambling, it's LSU. Kudos and thank goodness to that player that was injured. There was a video that was out that he was walking basically, and he was able to move and squat after hurting his spinal cord. So thank God that he is on a road for a speedy recovery. Florida Memorial scoring 22 points on Grambling State at home. For Florida Memorial, did they make that big of an improvement from last year, or does Grambling State's defense need to work and step up? I know that Florida Memorial does have one of our former Jackson State players, David Studstill, on their roster, and he's been doing really well at Florida Memorial. But for Grambling to allow Florida Memorial to score 22 points at home, your defense is kind of lacking. Texas Southern versus Grambling State. Of course, we know Andrew Body is no longer for this particular season. He's taken a medical red shirt. So prayers for a speedy recovery for Andrew Body. Emmett Jones. I'm trying not to read the comments. Okay, so Prairie View versus Grambling. That was a big game. That was a pretty big game. Grambling State put up 35, Prairie View 20. Grambling State versus Alcorn tomorrow. You know I'm taking Grambling for the win. You know I'm taking Grambling for the win. But I have them ranked at 5 because I think that they need some major improvement on their defense. And if they run into a team with a better defense, that could be a problem for Grambling. Because let's keep it a buck. Texas Southern, Florida Memorial, and Prairie View don't necessarily have the best defenses. Now that I'm looking at their schedule as a whole, which team are they playing that does have a good defense? Bethune-Cookman's defense is all right. Some might say it was self-inflicted mistakes versus Jackson State, but their defense is pretty stout. I don't think so. Well, who is it that plays for Florida Memorial? We have I'm pretty sure he plays for Florida Memorial. Yep, he does. I knew I wasn't tripping. Unless that's a different David Studstill. There's a Studstill on Florida Memorial's roster. You coming? Okay. Let me get back to. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Grambling they definitely have to improve their defense. But looking at their schedule, I don't necessarily see anybody, maybe Southern. Oh, if Grambling wins this weekend, it's a wrap for the West. Southern isn't winning the Bayou Classic. Well, you heard it here from an actual football expert, Blue, an unbiased expert, and he said that if Grambling wins this weekend, it's a wrap for the West. Southern isn't winning the Bayou Classic. So that's why I have them at number. All right. Number 4. Folks be mad about this ranking. Let me go ahead and put it on out there.
It's just an opinion. It's just opinion.
It's just an opinion. And the expert, he wanted everybody to know for him.
It's just opinion.
And that's the thing, whether or not you're an expert, you're not an expert, you're just a fan, you like football, you don't like football, you played in Little League, you played in the NFL, the CFL, XFL. Guess what? We can all have an opinion. So for North Carolina Central, I have them at number 4. And I need to see quality wins. That has been my premise since the beginning of this season, and I'm not going to change it. I'm just not. For me, their schedule lacks quality play. So when they get to conference play, I think that there's a couple of teams in their conference that can beat them. That's just how I feel. It's my opinion, okay? They played Valley. They played North Carolina A&T. They played Winston-Salem State. So 3 games are not truly indicative of how well they play. So a win against Valley, a win against North Carolina A&T, and a win against Winston-Salem State are not indicative of how good of a team you are. But this Campbell game, which I didn't actually get to see the rest of it, because when it was 34-14, I left. I went to the grocery store. I made my little tweet. I was heckling them. And I went to go eat. I went to the grocery store and went to go eat. That's it. That's all. So I actually didn't see the remainder of the game. So this is me being petty on Twitter, because a lot of people don't have Twitter, so they can't see it. It says you should only root for HBCUs. And my premise, once again, as I stated, it was basically because there was people from the HBCU circles who were rooting for Campbell. They were saying Campbell is going to be Jackson State's biggest competition. Campbell is an actual real team. Now you guys are actually facing competition. So if you guys are able to apply those principles to Jackson State, then it's fair game for me to do the same. I'm going to apply those principles to you as well, especially since if you're the overall number 1 HBCU football team, you're going to get the same thing that Jackson State got, which is every single week, whoever you're playing, there's going to be people who are rooting for them to beat you. It just comes with the territory. I will say this. Some of y'all folks can't handle it. You guys could never be Jackson State because you guys are not able to handle the amount of pressure that comes your way. Like, we weathered the storm through all of it. It didn't matter what y'all said about Jackson State. We just, take it with a grain of salt, or it just rolls off our back, and then it's okay. Who's up next? Who's up next? So Campbell was supposed to be that team that was going to beat us, and no one was going to tell anybody else any different. No one. And so for me, I think it's funny that y'all folks are so bothered by it, because we had to go through the same thing and nobody batted an eye. But now all of a sudden it's a problem. It's funny. You guys don't think it's funny? No? I think it's funny. That's just me, though. I think it's funny because we had to go through it. And if we have to go through the heckling and the wishing that you guys lose, the same thing should apply. All right. So now, that was me. And once again, at the time, the score was 28-14. And you can see me heckling and talking mess. It is what it is. So let's get into what I said that really broke the internet, which, let me just preface this. Whenever I post something on Twitter, 9 times out of 10, I'm not trying to go viral or whatever it's called, especially versus North Carolina Central. Like, making a post about North Carolina Central, I'm not trying to go viral by talking about them. It was literally just me sharing my thoughts. That's it. That's all I was just sharing. It was just an opinion. Let me read it to you guys. It might rile some people up. They might get mad all over again. This is what happens when you have a cupcake schedule to begin. Then you go play a team way out your league. Of course, I was talking about UCLA. Then when you actually face the same level talent, it's a blowout. Save your think pieces. And I don't want to hear poll rankings at number 1. No more. So at this time, it's the second quarter, not even halftime. The score is 34-14. Campbell's up by 20. And that particular tweet did 312,000 views. So it definitely wasn't Mr. Campbell. That didn't age well. So of course, people are saying, why are you posting that midway through the game? I was trolling. Once again, it was a Saturday. Jackson State was on a bye week, and I was trolling. Why not? Why not troll? Why wouldn't I troll? Once again, I'm going to troll you guys because you guys trolled us for 2 years. Every week it was, oh, this team is going to beat you. And Campbell was it. If you ever had to say anything about who was going to beat who, it was Campbell was the team that we were supposed to face. And it was supposed to be a blowout. Like, you guys have been cheating all this time. You guys have regular scheduled teams. You're playing D2 teams, or you're not being fair. Like, it was so much ridiculousness with regard to how people talked about Jackson State, and that, I don't think anybody should have a problem. Why does everybody have a problem when we do it? That just means that you guys can't take what you dish out, because when it's shoes on the other foot, you guys have no problem heckling Jackson State. We just got heckled for putting up 34 points against Texas State. But it was okay when y'all was heckling us. And once again, I was in the groups when we lost 77-34, because to me, we weren't expected to win that game. But the fact that we put up 34 points against Texas State, absolutely great. Folks can say what they want to, but Texas State is solid this year. And they are actually first. I want to say they're first in the Sun Belt West. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is not a team this is not a rinky-dink team that's last in their conference. They're above Southern Miss, South Alabama, Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, Troy, Arkansas State. So this is not while it is not necessarily a Power 5 school, it is a team that is first overall in the SBC West. They're 4-1 overall, 2-0 at home. And one of those home games, of course, was against Jackson State. So let's not act like Texas State wasn't a formidable opponent, and we're in their space. And we were still able to put up 34 points against that team. So y'all can talk all the mess y'all want to, but we literally are playing against that type of talent and was able to put up 34 points. So what do I need to see? So for me, I think that North Carolina A&T, y'all can say all you want to, but I definitely think they're going to get caught slipping when they get to conference play. We've seen Howard come up with a big win. We've seen Norfolk State come up with a big win. Morgan State come up with a big win. South Carolina State, even though they were 3-8 last year, they dominated them and came up with a big win. So we're going to see. We are going to see when it all comes out the rinse. And guess what? North Carolina Central needs to be held to that standard any given Saturday. So the same way that folks put pressure on Jackson State and had so much to say about what Jackson State is and what Jackson State isn't, you guys should not feel bad when Someone does it to you. Now you want to be all in an uproar. That's not good business. If you can dish it, you should definitely be able to take it. And I know for Jackson State, we've been taking it every week. Even now, we're still heckled about any and everything. It don't matter. Somebody was mad about us not wearing suits to a luncheon today. It's just everything that Jackson State does, it causes a frenzy. It is what it is. It just comes with the territory. So with that being said, from Central, I need to see a formidable win. Do I feel like Campbell was a formidable win? I feel like Campbell gets more clout than what they really are, because they're like, I think in the bottom of the conference. Not only are they in the bottom of the conference, they're not that good. They wasn't that good last year either, but I guess because it was a PWI, I guess people felt like they were more formidable than the people in the SWAC. Me personally, I didn't think that they were that formidable. But people were like, oh, yeah. This is the team. This is the team right here. So do I think that Campbell was a quality win? I think that comeback from the second half was amazing. But once again, like I said, we need to see them playing some teams, some better teams. So they tell me they're going to schedule the D2 because that's a rivalry and it is what it is. Okay. Don't talk about Jackson State schedule then. Number 3, I have Jackson State. Will kicking be an issue? Can the offense get it going? And then Blue says if they win this week against Elon, it'll be huge because Elon is ranked at 25. So if they win against Elon, it'll be huge. And Mr. G said, Campbell has only 4 winning seasons in 16 years. Both North Carolina Central and JSU struggle. I don't know. They was active in these Twitter streets. They was mad. So with Jackson State doesn't necessarily move from their spot necessarily because they are on a bye week. So they get saved by the bye week. But I will say this, that Bethune game, sheesh. So going into tomorrow, will the kicking be an issue? And let me just clarify and preface this. The kicking game not last week, but the week before that, those kicks that were done were intentional as far as the pooch kick. So everybody knows versus Texas State, the ball was high enough and Texas State just kept returning it. So with this particular strategy, with the personnel that they had, which the kicker, Lelani Armenta, she only had 1 kick. That's it, 1. And the other kicker was Avery Salerno, who's actually our long snapper. So he stepped up. He hasn't had any kicking experience prior to that, but as a long snapper, and then he's, done some work. So basically, it's all onside kicks and pooch kicks. And if you don't know what a pooch kick is, then maybe you need to look it up. So one thing that I will say, now that I'm not actually watching the game and screaming to the top of my lungs while being on live, Jackson State defense played extremely well for the hand that was dealt with them. So they were getting short fields with Bethune-Cookman to return it, and the defense was bending but not breaking. They were holding up. D. Davis had that huge strip stripped fumble, which Athen Smith took for a basically a pick six, took it to the end zone. And then we had, of course, Peppers, who got the safety. Defense was definitely holding up. Oh, we have the infamous.
It's just opinion. It's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just opinion.
Infamous Mr. Coach Green is
opinion.
in here.
That's all it is.
So, once again, it looked like he came in late, so he didn't get to hear all the other stuff. So he might need to rewind it and listen to it before he starts talking. Okay, so what do we need to see this particular day? Tomorrow, see, I just kind of laid back on talking about Jackson State for this week because right now it's basically midway season and we have a lot going on. We got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. So basically they were at number 3 because they were on a bye week. So they got the bye week saved. But if they're still doing the onside kicks, if they still are, they need to be recovering them. They only successfully recovered one time. But if they're still going to do that game plan, I say go for it. If you feel like your defense is going to hold up and make plays, I say go for it. Sticking to the run game, not forcing throwing. Whatever their game plan is, I'm going to go with it. That's fine. That's fine. That's what y'all want to go with. I'm going to just be real with you. The way FAMU struggle with Valley and struggle with West Florida, should they even really be at number 2? What y'all think? Let me end this poll. Let me see what the results are. So the question was, who do you think should be at number 5? And 41% said Grambling, 35% said Jackson State. All right, so let's just ask this question. Where should FAMU be ranked? Because let's just keep it a buck. They've been playing some shade. It's been kind of shady over there. Y'all been skating. So I got the poll in the chat. Y'all go ahead and make your choice. Where do you think they should be ranked? Because they've been struggling. I'm not with that struggle. You cannot win. You're not going. Let's say that you are the team that's supposed to be representing the SWAC. Y'all can't go, you're not going over there with that. I hope that's not what you bringing to the table. And you over here playing D2 teams kind of struggling now. I'm not hating. I promise you I'm not. FAMU 4-1. We need to look at these wins. 4-1. They getting ready to go to Southern. They getting ready to go to Mumford, and they're going without their backup. They do not have their band. I don't know. I chose Southern to beat FAMU. And Mr. Campbell, we're not talking about Jackson State because Jackson State didn't have any kickers. Okay? So we're not talking about Jackson State. We're talking about FAMU. See, that's called deflecting 101. I didn't ask about Jackson State. I said FAMU. What they doing? What y'all over there doing? What's going on? Let's look at the rest of this. It looked like Willie could possibly Willie now. All right, let's look. So they beat Jackson State 28-10. They got beat by South Florida. West Florida and Valley are one and the same. Y'all actually scored the same amount of points. West Florida and Valley are one and the same because you struggled significantly against both teams in the first half. And those are teams that you should not be struggling against. We talk about FAMU here. We're not talking about Jackson State. And that's your problem now. You focus on the wrong thing. I need to know an answer. How are y'all gonna? You guys cannot see, because Valley formidable at home. And I told you, I said Valley is not to be played with. Me personally, I don't know what the penalty was, but that pick six should have counted. Y'all got saved with that one. I did want to go ahead and announce, while we are on the subject of FAMU, I would like to announce the homecoming sale that I Weave Hair has going on. And this is to the newest members of the HBCU fam. Use checkout code HBCU. It's a homecoming sale, and it's I Weave Hair is the official hair sponsor of Grambling State University, the dance company. I didn't know you guys were the sponsor. So they are the official sponsor. And there are bundle deals starting at $150, closure bundle deals starting at $200, frontal bundle deals starting at $250. Download the iWeave mobile app today. And if you have any questions, you can email info@iweavehair.com or call the number. And once again, it's www.iweavehair.com. And 10% of all sales goes directly to HBCUs. So not only do you get to get some fly hair, you're also helping an HBCU. As you can see, I have my iWeave hair in right now. And I love it. I love it. So once again, that's iWeave Hair. Do you? And that is my commercial break. Let's get back to talking about the rattlers. Has anybody ever had fried rattlesnake? Anybody ever had fried rattlesnake? Because that's what they get ready to do up at Southern. Fry them some rattlesnake. And I don't even fool with Southern. I do not fool with Southern. But this weekend, fried rattlesnake. And you don't have the marching 100 to come to your aid. Oh, it equates to a blowout. Jay, it is a delicacy. Fried rattlesnake. Compliments of the highest of seven hills. Fried rattlesnake. Cowboy cooking. I'm gonna let y'all see what it looked like. It looked good to me. It looked good to me. I think that, yeah, the fried rattlesnake is where it's at. Here it is right here. Fried rattlesnake. Don't it look good, y'all? Here it is right here. Yummy. Fried rattlesnake. There you go. It look good, don't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fried rattlesnake. What kind of hot sauce do you think you're supposed to use? Louisiana hot sauce, Frank's. I need to know, what type of hot sauce should we be using? Oh, my son said Frank's. It tastes like chicken, asked the Wildcats. Ooh, the Wildcats know all about fried rattlesnake. Oh, Lord. Listen, I will say this. Lately, I don't know what is going on, but why do y'all have Southern's quarterback looking like Patrick Mahomes? What is going on? What? Why do y'all have them looking like Patrick Mahomes? There is no way that Southern quarterback should be looking that good now. Why are you laughing? I thought it was funny too, Braxton. So you know that what that means. So I don't feel like I feel like, of course, FAMU has the number 2 spot because they beat Jackson State. But other than that, come on now, y'all been struggling. Y'all have been struggling. So I wonder how that's going to play out in an environment where you don't have your band. We don't know how many folks from FAMU is pulling up, but we hope y'all have some fans pulling up. This is going to be a tough environment in Mumford. I mean, Jackson State went in there and just took what was ours. Other than a light show, I don't know what else they got for you. And Mr. Walker said that Southern's QB is a noob, so he's going to give him a pass. And Mr. Campbell said that Bethune-Cookman is 20 wins behind, and that's still after they won 9 in a row. And ain't nobody worried about Bethune. I don't know. I feel like Willie gon' Willie. That's just me. Number 1 on my list is Hampton. I feel like they have the most impressive overall resume as far as who they went against. And I feel like it's Hampton. They beat Grambling. They beat Howard. They beat Richmond. They're 3rd overall in the CAA in their conference. They play Campbell this weekend. I like Hampton. I do. I really do. I like Hampton. I feel like that they deserve that number 1 spot. And as long as they keep winning, that's where they'll stay. I'm getting ready to open up my StreamYard so that y'all can come on here and let me know. Everybody not named Coach Green is welcome to come up on the StreamYard and tell me about why I'm wrong. Why you wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. And Lawrence said Hampton needs 5 more wins for a playoff bid. And looking at Hampton's schedule, I think that there is a good probability that they can get it. They play Campbell. Campbell is way far down in the standings in the CAA. Let's go ahead and the Colonial Athletic Association. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right here. So they have Elon, which of course North Carolina Central plays them. North Carolina, so Elon is ranked 1st in the CAA. So yes, this actually would be a really big win for North Carolina Central if they beat them. Elon is ranked number 1 overall in the conference. Delaware, which Hampton does play Delaware, and Monmouth, they play Monmouth as well, and they play Campbell. And so for the remainder of their season, they have some really quality games that they have to go against. Campbell, I think, and they play North Carolina A&T. So that's why I have Hampton ranked as number 1. I know Mr. Green did not just come on here after I just said anybody not named Coach Green. Oh, it says Coastal Athletic Association. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They renamed it. It's the Coastal now.
Oh. Well, they need to change it on Google, I guess. So I don't know why Coach Green came on here. He's not coming up here to tell me you wrong, you wrong, you wrong.
I said, I know you heard this earlier, and I said this on the show that in my honest, humble opinion, that Miles Crowley from Grambling is the best QB in the SWAC right now, better than Musa.
Better than Musa?
Better than Musa. His numbers don't lie. And let's just say, other than, I mean, they had the head-to-head matchup against Hampton, which, you know, even though they lost the game, it was, you know, it could have been close because they didn't know what was going on. And then, of course, you know, getting stomped out by, you know, by 62 against LSU. The rest of the season, the rest of the games that they played have, you know, pretty much they pretty much dominated. Even in the game when they played Florida Memorial, even though understandably so, and I understand where you coming from, they should never gave up 22 points to Flomo. Flomo was an actual better team this season than what they was last season. They also, I was at the game on Saturday when they played Prairie View, and that their defense they woke up and they played like a championship defense.
What's up, y'all?
There you go.
Look, I'm not doing too much today. My thing was I just wanted to ask, Timona about this rankings, because I'm trying to figure out how Hampton jumped way above y'all and way above FAMU and NCCU. How?
Well, I can say, if you don't mind me answering it, Timona. I can say the resume as far as what Hampton has, barring the fact that they did lose to the only losses to Norfolk State. They beat Richmond on the road. No, they beat Richmond at home. They beat Grambling at a neutral site. And what's the other one? They beat
their overall resume is better, period. Like, Dr. D, I have to mute you until it's your turn to talk because you have an echo. So I'll mute you and then I'll let him talk. But Doc, I mean, Hampton's overall resume is the best that I have seen as far as the balance. North Carolina Central, like I said, you guys can be mad at me all you want, but playing Winston-Salem State, the first game, which we don't have to talk about whether or not it's a rivalry or not. It's still a D2. So I'm gonna dock you. So the same way that Jackson State gets docked or any other team gets docked when they play a D2 school, I'm gonna dock you. Automatically, you're gonna get docked if you play a D2 school. Then they went and played North Carolina A&T, who, of course, they're struggling because they lost their coach late. They got late recruitment. North Carolina A&T, that wasn't a significant win because it's a bad team. Valley, not a significant team. That was bad before they got a new head coach, and now they're coming into another season where they're not playing as well. I think that if that game was not in Indiana and had it played in Itabena, I do think that it would have been closer than the 3.
So you're gonna overlook the Norfolk loss?
Who?
When Hampton lost to Norfolk State, you gonna overlook that?
It's not that I'm overlooking it. I just
feel
like
that was a bad loss.
They have better quality wins. I'm sorry, they do.
Look, they're not even ranked nationally. They're not even ranked nationally, though.
Right, but guess what, Mr. Coach Green? Once again, like we said,
it's just opinion. That's all it is. It's just
just
no, no. That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
You can't. There's no such thing as having an incorrect opinion, and we're not about to go back and forth. So
no, I ain't gonna go back and forth
now,
about
do you
it.
have anything else that you want to say outside of whether or not someone's opinion is right or wrong? Is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, I was just saying, you know, because the way you, I know why you doing it.
Why am I doing it?
Because why you doing it? Because the slight Jackson State was, you know, people, you know, give about Jackson State, you know, and this is your way of trolling. And it's cool to troll, but it don't have to be like, your poll don't have to be biased like that.
Do you think Southern's gonna win?
I feel we got a chance to win.
Did you think
we
Southern was gonna beat Jackson State?
That's, you know, I was wrong on that part. I was incorrect.
Okay, then. So,
but
just
it
like
happens.
you have an
But
opinion,
that's different. We predicting. It was like you predicting how the game's gonna go. But when you predict how the game's gonna go, it don't always go your way. I believe my Saints was gonna win this past weekend. You know, last Sunday, we didn't win. That's how it goes. That's why people bet in Vegas.
And Mr. Coach Green, that's why everybody gets an opinion. And guess what? Just like I make my little HBCU ranking, you need to come out with Coach Green's ranking. Dr. D, go ahead.
They got too many people that do rankings. Why would I do one?
You can include yourself.
Nah.
Go ahead, Dr. D.
How you doing? I just want to say to you and Doc, you all keep up the good work and keep shining, and we support you, everything that you all are doing, okay?
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem. And I just want to get back to it. FAMU is going to be #1 on the list, just to let you know. And the Celebration Bowl will be Hampton and FAMU.
Oh yeah, Doc. I want to give you. A shout out, Doc. You was right about Crawley being the better quarterback in the SWAC right now.
I mean, but you know, I'm gonna be real with you. When I saw it on Saturday, I saw him Saturday. Like, he didn't have to throw for 300 yards. All you gotta do is just throw. Give me 250 yards and like 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, and just don't turn the ball over. You know, like other quarterbacks is doing, and you stay efficient. And the best thing about it though, when you watch the game, even though they kind of started off slow in the first quarter, from the second quarter all the way up until the end of the game, they was on Prairie View neck. Like, seriously, they was on PV's neck. So I had to give kudos to. I had to give props to who needs it. Like, Miles Crawley is the better QB in the SWAC, and you know, Crawley and Musa had almost similar numbers. Musa is probably like 100 yards more passing, but Crawley don't turn the ball over like that either. He only got 1 interception versus Musa's 4. But also with Grambling is the fact that once they got into the groove and once they got a hold, like I think they got a real hold of Tony Hole's offense, then they moving and grooving. So now to me, when it comes down to it, this Saturday, if they beat Alcorn, I don't think nobody else in the West can beat them. And that includes Southern.
Including Southern.
Whoa, not too much. Not too much.
But I'm not trying to be funny though. I'm not trying to be funny, Coach Green. But what I'm saying, when I'm looking, it's like who else on the West can stop their Russian attack?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you that one of the weaknesses, and that I'm gonna tell you. But look, you right about how he's playing. But I'm gonna tell you this: the thing that gonna hurt him, the defense, and that plays right into our hands. Plays right into our hands. Because hey, y'all saw how Blood been playing.
But I mean, I don't think.
Hey,
But see, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I
He
think the defense.
had
I
bad
think that I
this.
think their defense is much better in the last 2-3 weeks than what we saw early on when the season began.
we're
I
gonna
think
find
that
out, but we're gonna find out this Alcorn State game because that quarterback Allen been playing pretty good too ever since they switched to him.
Coach Green, you wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong.
Look, she trying to troll, but
You wrong.
Allen been playing good for Alcorn.
Let's just keep it a buck. 100 on
All
both
right.
Grambling and Southern. They've been playing some mediocre defenses. Like, let's just keep it a buck.
Whoa. And Grambling defense is mediocre. But and you know this for a fact, our defense ain't no slouch.
You're what?
Our defense ain't no slouch.
According to Rube Hogan, Jason Brown was going to cut through your secondary like hot butter.
And he didn't. Y'all running game did that for y'all.
Hot butter.
And he didn't. Y'all running game did that. And you know
and
that.
y'all still lost. What do you have to say about that, Coach Green?
Hey, look, we took our L, but we still got a chance to go to the SWAC championship. How about y'all? Y'all go. Matter of fact, y'all cheering for us this weekend. I know that for a fact.
Mr. Campbell said he knows one thing that's not mediocre, and that's FAMU's defense. He said that FAMU
They
defense
secondary,
not mediocre.
They secondary ain't all that now. D-line, nice. Secondary, questionable.
A loss is a loss.
JSU Tiger. I know we lost. Duh. What's to talk about? The game already happened. It's over.
How that popcorn taste?
Tastes pretty good. Hey, how that popcorn taste for y'all?
For what game? For what game, Coach Green? FAMU by 30 in his dreams. Listen, I don't normally take Southern. I just don't. I don't normally take Southern. But for tomorrow's game, I'm taking Southern. Now, a lot of folks were upset about my picks because they felt like their team is going to lose because I picked them because I was 0-5 last week. But like I said before, let's not act like these games weren't down to the wire. And at that point, special teams matters. And Southern, I don't know where the kicker came from, the one that kicked 65 yards in practice. I don't know where he came from or where he was versus Jackson State, but they have a kicker versus FAMU that if it comes down to the wire, FAMU could be in trouble. Period. Mr. Haynes, the person that came up here and said that it's going to be Hampton and FAMU in the Celebration Bowl, I don't actually know who. I thought that said Dr. D.
Hampton can't play FAMU. Hampton can't play FAMU in the Celebration Bowl. Hampton can go to the playoffs.
I didn't say that he could. That was Dr. D that said that. But I will say this. If I would have said it, Twitter would have went ablaze. I would have been in 4 or 5 different SWAC groups that I'm blocked from, groups that I'm not even a part of. I would have been in the group chat. SheLovesThee said that Hampton and FAMU can play each other at the Celebration Bowl, and everybody would have went in an uproar. Everybody. So, I'm gonna call you. FAMU got the best kicker in the SWAC. No.
FAMU got the what?
FAMU got the best kicker in the SWAC.
No. Southern does.
Uh-oh.
Well, y'all should see who got the best kicker in the SWAC this Saturday. How about that? How about that? Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, ESPNU.
Oh,
Let's see
we
who got the best kicker in the SWAC.
We're gonna find out. It's gonna come down to a field goal.
Uh-oh, we done had the snakes done came. Snakes on a plane, y'all.
Oh, what's up?
Keep your head on the swivel. We got snakes on the plane.
Look, I'm not about to waste y'all time talking about Southern because that's a waste of my time. we already. So I'm not going. I actually came here to talk about how beautiful my HBCU niece looks and how proud I am that she's representing my brand. Girl, you look like $1,000,000. You like one of them 80s old school money models. So I'm very proud of you. You look amazing. Your hair looks amazing. We're gonna sell a lot of hair this weekend. I'm gonna clip all this up. So I'm just very proud of you. So thank you for doing this and everything. And like I say, I want to say this about Simona. When me and her first talked, she's super smart, she's super witty, and just her being beautiful is just a plus. But I'm very proud of you. So that's all I got to say. Yeah, that's all I got.
Wait, before you go though, you don't have no response to Sutter?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why do I have a response? I'm gonna say this again. I've said this again. Bro, we already finished it. We have beaten these folks 8 out of the last 10 times. Them folks done brought band, not brought the band. Yes, we are 8-2 in the last 10 games against Southern. So you don't even know the stats. I do, because y'all lose so much you don't. We are 8-2 in the last 10 games.
You know this been a year of breaking streaks, right?
Well, listen, ain't no streak getting broken by Southern. It's the whole streak that y'all gonna bring a streak into the bathroom.
You know, a lot of streaks been broken. A lot of streaks been broken.
See, this is what Southern people do. Southern people be talking about what other people do, never talk about what they do. I know a streak that didn't get broke, that y'all didn't beat the streak with Jack State. I know another streak that y'all didn't. Y'all were 0-2. That's the streaks I know about. That's the streak I'm worried about. Y'all are not beating FAMU. And listen, y'all play UAPB, and y'all talking about Harold Blood like he all SWAC now. Stop it. You play UAPB. You play UAPB. Let me ask you a question, Coach Green. The two best teams that y'all played on y'all schedule. Did you win or lose? Ooh, silence. Exactly. So now you about to play another team that has beaten those two teams, but now y'all about to beat us. Man, get up out of here, man. That's why I'm not gonna waste my time.
Hey, that's why the games are played on Saturday.
And listen, I'm gonna say this again, and to all my folks, to my family folks and Jackson, I'm gonna tell you this. You know the first thing the Southern folks came to me and told me they band is #1. That folks worry about playing in the Celebration Bowl on Friday. They ain't trying to play on those Saturday nights. The only people that's trying to play on Saturday night is Jackson State and FAMU. All the rest of y'all talking about the band competition. Y'all talking about the band. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about the band.
We talking about the game too.
Talking about the band.
I understand why y'all left. Why y'all left y'all band where is that? So y'all about to take this. Y'all about to take this L Saturday, and y'all gonna take the L at the 5th quarter.
Listen. We ain't bringing the band down there. We don't need the band to come down there and beat y'all. We don't need the band to come down there. We brought the band to do y'all a favor, to make y'all look good when we came down there last time. And I understand y'all couldn't bring the band because there was a thing that, it was tragedy that happened with y'all. So I understand. So respect on that. That's why the band didn't come last year. So I'm not going to play that.
We know our band come for y'all.
No. That's fine. And like I said, I'm not going to listen, man. I talk football. I wasn't in the band.
We gonna talk football too.
Listen. All I know is, and let me tell you one thing though. Sheila D did a poll. I didn't see Southern on that poll. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, right. As of right now, we don't deserve to be on no poll. But after Saturday, we most definitely gonna be in the poll.
We don't deserve to be on a poll, which means that y'all are not good. Because y'all are not good.
No.
That's why you don't deserve to be on a poll.
We start off 0-2, so we out the poll. Now we 2-2.
2-3.
And after Saturday, we're gonna be 3-2.
So you beat UAPB, you beat UAPB, and Alabama A&M had y'all on the run.
Look here. Our girl Timona will have us on the poll, and she gonna say our name in that Southern. Her way of saying Southern. She gonna have us in that poll. She gonna be like, let me say one thing real quick. The only poll y'all gonna be on is Club Spades down there in New Orleans. That's the only poll y'all gonna be on. And for my New Orleans folks know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's
Hey,
the only poll y'all gonna be on, cause y'all ain't gonna be on the other real poll. Now y'all might be
hey,
down at Club Spades taking ones for FAMU people that got money,
hey.
cause you know we got money.
Look here. After the game Saturday, we slamming Cadillac doors.
Bruh, listen, you know how many times I heard that? And every time I roll in the city, and you let me tell you, unfortunately, I cannot come, because trust me, I was ready to go. But I got something I had to do on Saturday. But you know, if I would have came down there with that Escalade, you know what would have happened? I would have took 2 dancing dolls. I would have took a dancing doll alumni, and her mama would have came back to Atlanta with me. Now, you already know how that thing works.
Wow.
Y'all already know how that works. When the Escalade come into town, I never leave home by myself. I never come back by myself. So you didn't even want that to come. So I'm telling you. So just stop it. So listen. We already know y'all are planning to be on Friday night to be
This
on
thing
the band company.
Look here.
In the band company.
One thing
it's
it's not rare. Hey, look, it's not often I agree with Timona, but something she said about y'all starting off slow. And the difference between us and Valley, we actually have a defense.
No,
So y'all might not want to start off slow on us.
Valley had a defense. They didn't have any offense. Valley had a defense.
Okay, well let me ask you a question, Coach Green. So as
All
bad as FAMU is playing, because we'll just play this. We still beating people by 20 and 18 points. So you don't think we're not due for a good game? I'm just gonna play the odds then. So then maybe what if we play a good game? Then what happens?
Oh, so you don't think we due for a good game either?
No, y'all good game. You had the good game against UAPB, and y'all talking about Harold Blood is the next Steve McNair.
UAPB. Come on, UAPB.
Wait a minute, everybody in the chat. Is not Southern people around here bragging about how good Blood is? Are they not talking about how great he went? What he went 22 to for? Wait, what the Blood go 22 for 24?
We not hyping that. We not hyping that win.
18 to 22, 25, two touchdowns, 1 interception.
Tell them, nephew. Were they not making graphics about that? Were not Southern people making the graphics about that? Don't make me show it.
Look, only thing I give Blood props for, he was efficient. He was very efficient. But this is UAPB. We already knew who was going to do this. We knew who was going to win that. But we got a tough one this weekend.
Well, like I say.
And the best part about it, y'all coming to our house.
And guess what? And we put our feet right up on your table like we always do, and come on right back, eat some of that boudin and all that Cajun Creole stuff, and come on back to Thailand. Ain't no problem.
Nah, we're gonna knock that feet off our couch this time. We ain't letting you kick up this time.
Listen, listen, Timona, SheLovesThee, you look amazing. I'm very proud of you. And let me just say, see, this is one thing I'm gonna say about them Jackson State women. Them girls gonna represent. I ain't gonna never. Jackson State women gonna always represent. So that's what I'm saying. So I do, because I'm from Jackson. I know what them Jackson State women look like. So I'm gonna leave it just like that. So I'm going, Coach Green. Don't say nothing else crazy and make me come back up in this chat now. Don't.
Look, I just might say something crazy just to get you back up here.
Yeah, see, don't say nothing crazy. Because like I said, you've been talking crazy for 3 years, and all we've seen is nothing but losses from Southern. That's all we've seen.
Whoa. But look, hey, you got to give me this, though. What did I say last year? I say we're going to be in the SWAC championship. I ain't say we're going to win it. I say we're going to be in the SWAC championship.
Oh, y'all ain't going to be in this season.
You're not beating Grambling. You saw who I sponsored. You saw who I sponsored. That was Miss Grambling and them folks and them good folks down there. Them my people down there. Them G folks got something for y'all. So that's my other school. That's my other school.
You're gonna be sponsoring Southern Dancing Dolls soon.
You know what? Listen, I always help the less fortunate, so I ain't got no problem if Southern need a little hair.
He said the less fortunate.
There's no problem.
Oh, he know ain't the less fortunate. He just talking. He know ain't the less fortunate.
See, it's a difference. See, Grambling, that was a business thing. Timona, Jackson State, that's business. See, Southern, that's less fortunate. You know, we do giveaways. You know what I'm saying?
You know he capping, because one thing he pull up the Southern. He always looking for a dancing doll. The
dancing doll. Wait, now the dancing dolls are beautiful. So no disrespect to the dancing dolls. No disrespect to the dancing doll. I love the dancing dolls.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know you do. About it. They always in your Cadillac. Because
they want to leave Southern. That's why I'd get in the Cadillac too. Who want to stay down there? Man, I'm gone. That's a rescue mission, bro.
Leave. Hey, they just want to show you a good time. That's all.
Oh man, Okay. All right. Timon, take your show back over. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna let you have it. Because see, this is the reason why we keep trying to tell people. See, it's the Southern people that always messes up the curve for the SWAC. You see what I'm saying? People be trying to do the outstanding thing. You know, Jack State got alumni, there's senators, FAMU got Will Pack, and then Southern got Coach Green. You can't even compare it. That's it. Okay, that's all I got, man.
Dude. Now you don't make me bring up history now. You want to do that? Don't make me bring up history.
Listen, Timona got to go ahead and get done because she's trying to get ready for Ken and them boys. So I'm gone. I'm gone, man. I'm gone. Timona, thank you, darling. You look amazing. Doc, brother, I love you. And I think I'm gonna let my nephew Warren handle the rest of y'all.
Let your nephew go ahead and run it out so we can play this bad FAMU Marching 100 tape, and then we'll play the bad Southern tape, and then we'll play the
Lord.
Warren, get him, nephew. Get him. Get him. I'm out.
What's up?
What's
up?
You want to know what make y'all think Southern got a chance?
For one, our defense.
Y'all playing y'all daddy this weekend, though. You know that, right? We're going for 4 in a row.
Who?
Fam, y'all daddy. When last time y'all beat us?
Who?
Coach Green, he said FAMU is Southern's
y'all daddy. You know who y'all daddy is? FAMU.
Who?
The Rattlers.
Oh my goodness! If I didn't know any better, I think I would have thought I was.
We own the state of Mississippi and we own the state of Louisiana.
Dude, don't get carried away. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Breathe. And think about what you're saying right now.
Okay, well let me go ahead and play the evidence. Okay, so let's put
the evidence of what?
That garbage ass band.
Let's go ahead and play the evidence.
Oh, you talking about the only band that won the Sutter Trophy?
The marching ones. The marching ones.
They showing a clip with 15 band members.
Not the marching ones.
They left the other 2 zeros.
You over here sharing only the good clips. That sounds absolutely terrible.
Now show the full band. Not 10 people. Show the full band.
It's not gonna sound no better. Does it sound better?
It don't. It ain't gonna sound no better. He know that's the only band
with a Sutter Trophy.
The marching teens. I don't know why he keep on talking about the marching teens.
I don't know. Y'all got a Sutter Trophy?
He said he ain't got a trophy.
Ooh, hey, look, I ain't that much into bands anyway, bro. So I'm more.
Okay, now he not.
Y'all performed at the Grammy Awards?
No, I talk about sports, but we got a fire band. I can always say that. I know we got a fire band, and even Timona know we got a fire band. She know that.
How do I know that?
What make y'all fire?
The only other band that's right next to us is probably Jackson State. When it comes to band, it's Jackson State, it's Southern and Jackson, and you know that.
I don't know
and
what
then everybody else.
Everything y'all do, y'all got from FAMU. Just know that.
Jackson State top 2.
Jackson State, Southern, Bethune-Cookman, Grambling, all of them. Look it up.
We ain't getting nothing from y'all, bro. Come on now.
So what HBCU band started drills and all that, dance routines? What HBCU band started all that?
It's running. Stop smoking that dope.
I appreciate that, Timon.
It's running them crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna give you one name. One name to go look up. Look up Dr. William P. Foster. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who is that?
Just look him up.
Hubble.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. I know about Doc Foster.
If you don't know about him, you ain't no real band head. You don't know who that is.
I can admit I'm not a band head. I can admit that.
He birthed y'all band pretty much.
What?
He birthed all HBCU bands. Look it up.
I think that's a little presumptuous right there. I don't think that's
Look it up.
There.
Google is free.
This is from a band expert, and I haven't seen much pushback from these rankings. They might push back on my rankings, but you can't really push back on these rankings.
Okay.
Jackson State is number 1. Norfolk State is number 2.
Jackson State person.
Oh, whoa. That's Dre rankings. That's Dre rankings. That's not the HBCU rankings.
Prairie View is number 4. Texas Southern, that's the Ocean, right?
That's not the rankings that came out though.
So, anyway, number 6 is Tennessee State. Number 7 is Bethune-Cookman. Number 8 is Alcorn. Number 9 is North Carolina A&T. Number 10 is Grambling. On the bubble is Florida A&M, Alabama State, and Alabama A&M.
Damn.
I ain't hearing no pushback, so it must be true.
Oh, he ain't gonna push back.
He must be go to Jackson State. Whoever made that.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Oh, of course
he
gonna
does.
put y'all number 1 if he go to Jackson State. Of course.
How you figure?
Drake is a Jackson State. I don't know if he is an alum or not, but I know he's affiliated with Jackson State.
Now go look at the ESPN rankings, the real rankings.
That's the real rankings. I ain't gonna lie. That's the real rankings.
We'll just keep getting invites to Parish and Super Bowls and should I keep going? Grammy Awards and
y'all love white spaces, but don't know how to make it down to Southern.
Yeah.
You love
did they come to tell us last year? Where was the same energy last year?
We had a legitimate reason.
Oh, okay.
Legitimate.
What was the reason?
What's y'all reason?
Y'all ain't come to us. That's the reason.
They broke.
No.
Oh, so y'all was broke last year then, huh?
I don't know. I'm not from Southern. I'm just talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was just talking. It was nothing to do with nothing about money.
I don't know what the reason was, but I hope y'all aren't being childish. Like, well, you didn't come to us.
We
first,
coming to Mumford. What's the name of that stadium? Mumford Stadium. We're gonna let our snake hang.
Pause.
Pause.
We own that stadium.
What you gonna do when you get beat?
You say that every week.
What you gonna do when Southern beat you? Yeah, so
hey, I'm gonna clip this right here. You say that every week.
I am. Here,
I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry. I'll be back tomorrow.
Let me make
What you gonna say tomorrow when you wrong again?
What you gonna do when Southern beat you?
That ain't happening. You know that ain't happening. That's why you smiling. You know that shit ain't happening.
Yeah, no, I feel like y'all are gonna get beat.
Okay. So if y'all beat them, what make you think they gonna beat us? We own y'all too.
Y'all getting ready to lose. In the words
they beat y'all, what make you think they finna beat us?
In the words of Coach Green, you wrong.
Okay.
I don't say it no more. I say incorrect.
I've never heard you say incorrect on every time.
I recently changed it. It's incorrect now.
Well, I'm gonna keep it as you wrong.
I'm saying incorrect from now on.
Y'all ain't seen the defense like y'all gonna see tomorrow. You'll see.
Well,
y'all haven't seen it. Y'all haven't seen the defense like.
Before we
y'all ain't good.
Ooh. You know who the number 1 defense is, right?
Who y'all played?
We played Jackson, Alabama State, UAPB.
Alabama State, we beat them. We played South Florida. Who else y'all played?
I just told you everybody we played.
Teams that we beat. We beat Alabama State. Who else?
Alabama A&M.
They trash.
I don't think they trash now.
We're gonna beat them too.
Because unfortunately, for whatever petty reason that they
look good, Auntie, in that 100 outfit.
So because FAMU ran out of a travel budget for the FAMU for the marching 100, I will be in attendance as the honorary.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Tamona. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I couldn't leave them without you know,
somebody got to come represent them.
That's not fair, you know, that they decided we're gonna save gas money or whatever reason they had, and we're not gonna bring our band.
You look good in America's band uniform.
So I'm gonna, you know, I can't be too bad worse off than what they already were in that video with the, you know, it was my ears were bleeding. I don't know about your ears. My ears were bleeding. But
no, Timon, did you see what they try to pull though?
If that's what caliber that they play at, then I definitely can get up there and do a 1-2 step.
Did you see what they try to pull though?
But I knew there was a reason why you made this. I knew there was a reason why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be playing the clarinet.
But you see what they try to pull though when they pulled that video of Southern from 1989 or something like that?
No, I didn't see that.
It was two people playing a trumpet and they were talking about from 1989.
That wasn't 1989.
You could tell why the video is so blurry and look why it look old.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly.
what happens when it's between the bottom.
It's an old video, but it's in the 2000s.
When it's between the bottom two, you know.
The who?
Y'all go back and forth. Who's the worst band? Y'all just go back and forth because we all know the Sonic Boom.
We know who the best band is.
We know the Sonic Boom of the South.
Y'all ain't never performed well, did nothing.
Hey, I got another question for Timon, you know, because I'm tired of talking about what this dude talking about. He ain't making no sense right now.
Okay.
This is before I'm about to go in a few, so I got a question to ask. You know, stuff me and you were talking about online. Your troll game.
CAP.
What?
That's not flex for the gram.
That's why I should have played for you when you were trying to troll. Why you was trying to troll North Carolina Central before the game was over?
Talking about them no more. You need to watch the beginning of the show.
I missed it. I watched the beginning game. I watched the beginning. I just wanted to ask you this question though before I go.
You can go then because I already answered. I ain't talking about them no more. That was too much. They couldn't handle the spotlight. They was too abrasive for me. Hey, Jerome.
They got on you?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey.
What up, Jerome?
Hey, I had to call in, man, because I heard some blasphemy. I heard that this guy stated the boom copy FAMU.
Uh-oh. That's what he said, Jerome. He said that.
Is it still there?
I'm gonna hear this before I go. I gotta listen to this before I go.
Well, I want to give you the floor before we have a discussion. In what ways did the boom copy FAMU?
I guess gave you. Look up one name, Dr. William P. Foster. That's all you got to do.
Listen, I read his book in the 7th grade called The Man Behind the Baton. But again, to you, in what ways did the boom copy FAMU?
I'll give you one right here. What was the first HBCU band to do dance routines? Answer me that.
I mean, that's like saying because Alabama A&M's band was the first HBCU band and we all copied them. What are you talking about? In what ways did the boom copy FAMU?
I just gave you one. Doing drills. We started that. Doing drills. Y'all do drills, right?
FAMU was not the first band to do drills.
Oh yeah, y'all.
Listen, look. If you read his book, The Man Behind the Baton, he'll break it down for you. As a matter of fact, where did FAMU get their fight song from? Where did FAMU do the double time?
Ooh.
Say what now?
Now you can't hear. Now you can't hear.
Where did FAMU get its fight song, and when did they learn double time? And I want you to wait. I want you to keep in mind William P. Foster. He went to the University of Kansas. Where did they get their fight song? It's called Touchdown. And where did they get the double time?
You tell me.
They got it from the University of Kansas. As a matter of fact, so much so, when Florida State played University of Kansas back in the 50s or the 60s, University of Kansas called Dr. Foster, sent him the music to their fight song so that FAMU could play and substitute since their band couldn't go. That's where y'all got a fight song from.
Damn.
Number two, let me break some history down for you.
Tell me the history.
Coming with the
And
receipt.
don't ban violence.
Get you some in a minute. Go ahead.
When it comes to the Jackson State Band, there's a gentleman that I want you to look up. His name is William W. Davis. William W. Davis is from Ohio. He was Cab Calloway's lead trumpeter and head arranger. When William W. Davis came to Jackson State as band director, he was the first person to bring the big band sound to the collegiate world. So much so that the Miami Herald in 1963, when Jackson State went to Miami, they dubbed Jackson State's band the little band with the big sound, because they were the only band that had that big jazz band sound. He is the reason why you hear all these bands today have a big brassy band sound.
FAMU is music. You don't care about no loud blowing over. FAMU is musicianship.
Well, look, here's the thing, man.
The rest of the SWAC band.
I'm starting to wonder about that.
Listen, here's the thing, man. When it comes to FAMU's band, they have a symphonic sound, but symphonic sound is left for symphonic season, for concert band season. During marching band, we have a jazzy, brassy sound for a reason, because we project our horns. But let me dive a little deeper. When it comes to the sonic boom, man, we were the first band to do what's called kaleidoscope drilling. The first band to float our letters down the field. All these things are JSU staples, not to mention the swing and sway marching style. That's a Jackson State original. So when you're talking about Bethune-Cookman, when you look at Bethune-Cookman and you look at Jackson State and you look at FAMU, tell me who Bethune-Cookman really looks like, who they really resemble.
They look like FAMU.
They look like Jackson State. When they come, listen, and I'm going to tell you why. They stole Jackson State's kaleidoscope drilling. Y'all don't jump like them. You guys drill like it's a follow the man type drill. Everybody's it's like all hell on the field. Everybody just get to their spot when they get there. Jackson State has what's called, again, kaleidoscope drilling, which Bethune-Cookman models. Their drum majors model our original J5 drum major style. Their dancing girls model the original J-set dance style. When it comes to floating the letters down the field, BCU, where do you think they got to a theme song? The Sonic Boom was the first band to incorporate a theme song, which FAMU has tried to copy with the Let's Go theme song that you guys got now. Jackson State was the first band, HBCU or PWI, to incorporate all these things, which is why Jackson State the Sonic Boom is one of only 3 HBCU bands that's inducted into the NCAA Hall of Champions in Indianapolis, Indiana. There's a reason why. So there's nothing from our program that we sampled from FAMU.
All right.
Y'all sampled Grambling, didn't y'all?
I'm sorry?
Hey, you see how she got this
picture of Grambling, right?
Yeah, I see the picture of William W. Davis.
Now, tell her to put up Dr. William P. Foster Wikipedia real quick. Let's see something real quick.
Wait. And before you go,
let's see her
wait. And before you go, I just want to drop a little science for you, a little history. You mentioned the Sudler Award. When you look at the winners of the Sudler Awards, wait. When you look at the history and the winners of the Sudler Award, none of those bands are in the same category of a Jackson State, a Tennessee State, a Grambling, a Southern. William P. Foster was the what you call token Negro. He was the only person of color on the Sudler Award committee. As a matter of fact, all the Sudler Award board, they all went to Big Ten schools, and they brought him in, which is why FAMU is look, let me tell you like this. In order to win a Sudler Award, you have to be voted. William P. Foster never voted for an HBCU band to even be in consideration. How you the only Negro on the board, and you're not advocating for the likes of Jackson State, Tennessee State, Southern, or Grambling?
Damn.
They trash, that's why.
Nah, they ain't trash. Just to be honest, none of them bands are trash.
Okay, let me ask you this right here. You say Jackson State so good, they so this, they so that. They've been to Super Bowls. They performed at Super Bowls, Grammy Awards.
Why does that matter? Well, those are all white spaces. I mean, please tell me how that matters in white spaces. Why does that matter?
You say they're the best in the world, right?
My point is that we've never copied anything from your band. You're from your Token Negro band.
I just told you what they copied.
What did we copy?
The dance routine. We started that in the drills.
You didn't start drills. There were PWI bands doing drills well before FAMU. Cut that out.
I got to post this tonight. I got to post this tonight.
Please do. And while you posting, read his book, The Man Behind the Baton.
Now, you know, I could pull it up right now and drop the.
I got to post
Y'all
this
know
tonight.
y'all know she gonna pull it up.
Hey,
Y'all,
you know she gonna pull it up.
you know she gonna pull it up. Boy, y'all
You know.
just
Post
asking
this
for
and
it.
tag
It's
all y'all
banned
so y'all
on
can see it.
band violence.
In
My thing is
1941,
this.
Foster received a BA degree in music education from the University of Kansas. After graduation, he taught music and band 2 years at Lincoln High School in Springfield, Missouri. And then it said he sought more promising jobs within the community of historically Black institutions in the South. He spent a year at Fort Valley State. Turn that off, Braxton, now. Turn it off. Then moved on to the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. Goodness gracious. Let's read on. When did he get to FAMU? It said in
June 1st,
1946. In 1946 is when he moved to Tallahassee. So, and started a 52-year career that fulfilled President Gray's wishes far beyond what he could imagine. Starting with a group of 16 students, he created the Marching 100.
I just want this dude to understand there are HBCU programs out here that actually have an original style. But I can unequivocally let you know there are several key concepts that FAMU's band does that have originated from Big Ten bands. Because again, most of those BI band directors, most of them actually did come from Big Ten schools. So a lot of what you see from their programs were incorporated into what you see with FAMU. So they weren't the first to do everything that you're claiming they did. I'm not saying they're a bad program, but please don't go around making salacious comments that, you know, the likes of the Sonic Boom actually copied your program.
Wow. I'm glad I stayed on for this. Hey, Timona, I'm out. You know, I appreciate you letting me up. You know, good show. Keep up the good work. I'll at you.
Thank you for coming on, Coach Green.
No problem.
Timona, that's all I got. Thee I love as always.
We don't have dancers.
Well, it looks like he just came up in here, cleared the room. Well, it's that about don't do it.
Banned on band violence.
Woo!
I still say Southern gonna beat FAMU by 10 tomorrow.
I'll be clipping all this.
You got Southern.
You can clip it, you can fade it, you can put a ball fade, a taper fade, a LA Clipper.
Gracious.
Clipper ship. Do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all see these are my picks. Once again, it's just the old opinion.
I'm gonna go 0 for 5 again this week.
I'm gonna go 0 for 5 again. I can't go 0 for 5 again. Them folks gonna be mad. They not gonna want me to do predictions no more.
What make y'all think Southern got a chance tomorrow, though? I just want to know.
Why? So you can clip it?
No, I just ask.
I think Southern has a chance to win against FAMU on a serious note because FAMU starts off slow. Their first halves have not been great. And I feel like against Valley and West Florida, two teams that were not up to par, FAMU played down. And I think that Southern can catch them slipping, especially in Mumford. Then you guys don't have your band there.
What the band got to do with the players?
Whenever you have that atmosphere and you have the band with you, you always play better. You feel like you have
We have our been at Valley. You seen what the score was?
I'm gonna have to put that ether beat behind what Jerome was saying.
Ain't nothing he said was facts.
Ether.
Okay. I can't wait. I sure can't wait to see you, Jerome, and Dr. Moore.
Well, unfortunately, sir, you won't see me tomorrow because I don't get off till midnight. I'll be at work. You can see me on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or early Sunday afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be talking until the game. I'll be quiet and then I'll be talking again. Thank you all.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
They said that rest in peace, Kofi. But if he was here, this would be a different conversation.
You might just see somebody else line up. You might see two quarterbacks tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh, y'all switching up the quarterbacks after? I don't think so.
I ain't saying we're switching up.
Coach Willie, after Coach Willie got on y'all, Coach Willie got on y'all.
I didn't say we were switching quarterbacks.
He got on y'all behind last week.
One of them play receiver.
Shall see.
They Mr. Moore said Moose will be on his back and running scared. I didn't say that. That's what somebody from Sudden said. I didn't say it. I'm just reading it for you.
I love these comments.
And Ms. Swanigan said that FAMU is due for a loss because they don't score a lot, especially in the first half, and most of them are slow besides a few players. And all Southern has to do is blitz FAMU.
That sounds good.
I didn't say it. That's just me reading the comments. So don't be clipping it like I'm the one that said it. Make sure you clip that I was reading the comments, okay? Mr. Jackson says Musa will get hit and he will get hit often.
Mm-hmm. What's y'all score prediction?
I got Southern winning. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go 27-17.
Okay. All right, T, what's your score prediction?
I got FAMU scoring 10 points and Southern scoring 35.
Okay.
Are you gonna clip that?
No.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This was a great live. It was fun. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button.
Y'all gonna be praying. Keep praying.
Who gonna be praying? Why are we gonna pray? We got our own thing to worry about. We just be talking. It
ain't gonna work, but keep praying.
Why not?
Like I told you, be looking forward to the playoffs. It ain't happening.
All right.
We ain't losing.
Make sure if you guys enjoyed this live, please donate specifically to the channel. It goes back into the live. It goes to pay for the StreamYard. It goes to pay for the graphics. Everything goes back into my channel. I will see you here tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a pregame show or just the show, the live chat. I don't know. It's going to be a wild day tomorrow. I have some obligations with my son in the morning, make sure that he goes to the museum. So I will post tomorrow whether or not I will have a pregame and a live show or a live show. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you put your notifications on because I might send out a notification that I'll be going live. We have KC 1400 that will be starting soon. And of course, you all have a good night. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Doc. And of course, Mr. Parody himself, the one that's be starting all the mess on Twitter. He's over here starting mess, but he FAFO on this channel tonight. Thank you, Jerome, for coming on, Coach Green and Mr. Campbell. and you all have a good night. We need to leave out to some music. What we need to leave out to?
I don't know. Leave out to some music. It's gonna be happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, Doc! Everybody, it's Doc Holiday's birthday. So happy birthday, Doc!
It's coming on Sunday.
Oh, okay, Sunday. Happy birthday! Happy early birthday!
Thank you.
Yeah,
be tipping on fofos.
Tipping on fofos.
I'll be 44.
Oh wow! Well, happy early birthday.
I hear Braxton in the background.
Yeah, I don't need him telling my age again. So I'll holler.
Banter.